Hey there, today we're going to completely change how you think about your health. So, what if I told you that being healthy may not be what you think it is? And that shocking truth might be why you're not feeling your best right now. Stay with me because this could be the most important health video you'll watch this year. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I'm Dr. Leona Allen, founder of Freedom Health Systems and author of A Journey to Healing, 5 Stages to Achieving More Freedom in Your Health and Your Life. I've helped thousands of people redefine their health and finally break free from chronic symptoms. Let's start today's topic with a quick question. How do you define health? Go ahead and drop your answer below in the comments. And as you look at your answer and maybe everyone else's, look at that answer. And have you found that health is about having no symptoms? Have you found that it's being able to push through the day? Or maybe you think certain health issues are just normal for age. Maybe you think that getting up in the morning and being able to function through the pain is a sign of health. I would like to know. Don't judge yourself or define whether it's the right answer or the wrong answer or not a good answer at all. But I just want to know where your mind is so I know what you're thinking. And just know that this is an opportunity to learn and understand what your definition of health is. So as I go through the comments later, some of your answers might be on point and some of your answers might reveal that you need to understand this information. So while you're doing that and really reflecting on that, I want to share a few things with you. And this is what I found pretty interesting, that 70% of people define their health by just their symptoms alone. And I'm going to share why that's dangerous. But first, let me share this definition by the World Health Organization that defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. You need me to read that again? Health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. And I'll add symptoms on there as well. So in other words, as you let that sink in a minute and think about your answer, or maybe the other ones you may see in the comments, you got to understand that a lot of people think that being healthy is the absence of symptoms. And that definition can be very dangerous for your health. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear that up with a real life example. And we'll call her Sarah. Okay, if your name is Sarah, I'm not trying to call you out or anything. It's just a name that came to my mind. But here's a real life example. We have Sarah, and she has frequent headaches. And she just pops ibuprofen like candy. There's a lot of other over-the-counter medications. It could be Tylenol, it could be Advil. But we'll say Sarah, she pops ibuprofen like candy. And the headaches go away temporarily, but they always come back. And every time they come back, Sarah just pops more ibuprofen and continues to go about her day. This is because Sarah, like many others, including myself, I used to get chronic headaches, but I used to think that it was normal because once I popped some ibuprofen, I think it was Advil. I think that was my headache medicine of choice, but I would pop it and keep it moving, not even thinking twice about why I was getting that headache in the first place. And I bring up this example because many of you have done it. And if you haven't, you know someone that has, because a lot of people think that certain symptoms are common, but they are not normal. Okay, just understand that. Just because everyone gets headaches doesn't make it okay. All right, just because it's common doesn't make it okay. So we got to understand that just because headaches are common doesn't mean that it's normal. So here's the truth. This is not health. Dealing with headaches every day and suppressing it with, certain medications and over-the-counter medications, That is not health. That is actually symptom suppression. So what you're doing is think of your headache as an alarm, and instead of turning off the alarm or what set it off, you're actually suppressing it and not addressing what caused the alarm in the first place. So if you have an alarm system, your ring system goes off. Do you just turn it off, or do you look into see what caused it in the first place? Normally, when mine goes off, fortunately, sometimes it's a bad connection or, goodness, I forgot that I turned it on and I opened the door. I mean, usually there's a reason, but other reasons could be there's an invader in the house. But do you turn it off and just hope that everything's okay? Or do you go and investigate and find out what set off that alarm? So we do that in other areas of our lives. We do that with our automobile to make sure, when that check engine light comes on. So when it happens to our body, when we start to get those signals in our body, the headaches, the pain, or whatever it is, we end up suppressing it. And we define that as health because we're able to suppress, ignore, or turn off those symptoms. Okay, so these are some good examples. So, in other words, we have to think of our symptoms like our own body's check engine light or our own alarm system. So, like taking a painkiller is like putting tape over that light or just ignoring or just turning off the alarm. But we can't do that when it comes to our health. Yeah, you might not be able to hear it anymore. You might not be able to see it anymore. You might not be able to smell it or taste it or whatever it is. But you got to think, is the problem fixed? When you turn off the alarm, is that problem fixed? And more than likely, your answer is no. Now, this is important to understand because I did a version of this video many, many years ago, and I wanted to update it because when I did this video a long time ago, the things that were out there then didn't exist now. I mean, we got stuff for, other symptoms, hair loss, alopecia, body size. I mean, you name it. Instead of working on stuff and trying to understand why our hair is thinning or why our skin is changing or why our teeth aren't healthy, instead of really understanding the true cause, we're getting surgeries, we're getting external repairs without understanding the underlying issue of what's going on. Okay, so that's why I wanted to talk about it again, because a lot of the solutions or remedies that are out there to suppress these things that are happening in our health and our lives are new. It's things that I've never thought would exist before, like veneers or what else, butt lifts and gosh, I don't even know half of this stuff. What else we got out there? The injections for skin injections for anti-aging. I mean, there's so many things out there, and I get it. I get why people are drawn to it. It's easy. You see instant changes. There's hair transplants now. There's lots of things going on, and I understand why people want to do it because we want to look good. But we also have to look into the true cause of a lot of these things. Sometimes we got to accept how our bodies are. Okay, if you're not tall, just accept that you're not tall. If you don't have certain curves, just accept you don't have certain curves, okay? But we try to be as healthy with what we have. Try to be as healthy as possible with what was given to you, okay? Because again, a lot of the things that we are trying to alter could be avoided if it's more health related, all right? So a lot of the things like hair loss, weight gain, skin issues, can be resolved if we get to those underlying issues. But let's get back to those headaches, okay? So for example, what are some of those things that can cause headaches? So instead of popping Advil or ibuprofen, we got to look into things such as dehydration, food sensitivities. We got to think, did I drink enough water that day? Okay, was I outside a lot and I didn't hydrate while I was outside? Did I work out this morning and didn't drink water afterwards? Food sensitivities. Was the headache after something I ate? And sometimes it's not immediate. It might be several hours later. So we have to understand our food intake and how it relates to our headaches. How about sleep deprivation? Are you sleeping through the night? Are you getting restful sleep? Another common one, which was my issue several years ago, was digestive issues. You will have headaches because of poor digestion. Yes, that's possible. So we have to look into these things. Stress, tension, you name it. So this is why I'm doing this video, because I see so many people suppressing and not acknowledging what is going on. Because yes, I mentioned these key things, dehydration, food sensitivity, etc., but it can also be more severe things that are going on with your health as well, such as chronic liver disease or fatty liver disease, which is what I had. Other examples are high blood pressure, cancer even. So what we got to do is understand that some of these things can be easily remedied by getting a good night's sleep, managing our stress, cleaning up our diet. But we also got to acknowledge that some more serious things can also be a contributor to your headache. Oh, I forgot another important one, sugar balancing. If you're dealing with poor sugar management or diabetes, you can also get headaches as well as your sugar levels kind of crash up and down. So like I said, there's hundreds of reasons why you can be getting headaches, but this is why I'm talking about this right now, so you can start to really think and analyze what is happening in your body. Okay? So I mentioned heart disease a little bit with high blood pressure. And this is something that you need to understand. Some of our illnesses can happen and we do not even know it. Metabolic syndrome is one of them. Before I learned I was pre-diabetic with liver disease, I had no symptoms until it was progressed. All right. I probably dealt with it for many, many years, but by the time I knew I had it, it had gone on for quite some time. But this is one that you really need to understand is heart disease. Usually the first symptom of heart disease is often a heart attack or a stroke. So this is why I'm saying this, because it is so important. I know so many people that have gotten diagnosed with many cancers, but didn't know it until they got to stage 4. What were some symptoms that were suppressed that weren't even addressed at stage 1, stage 2, and stage 3? So as I'm saying, a lot of the stuff that's happening to us towards the end is unnecessary because we're not learning how to tune into our bodies and listen to our bodies. All right. For example, many cancers, many precursors to cancer are high blood pressure, are headaches, are constipation and digestive issues. Okay, so I just wanted to share a little bit of this so we can start looking into why we have these headaches and start to fine tune what is going on. Start journaling, start writing this down. Work with a health coach, work with a health professional. Here is a quick disclaimer. Of course, this is for educational purposes only, but before you kind of do things on your own, reach out to a qualified health practitioner like myself who is highly trained in this stuff, okay? So I'm not here to diagnose or treat. I'm just here to really open your minds and help you to really explore the possibilities of what may be going on with your health. Even with weight gain, what are the underlying causes of your weight gain? That's another thing that a lot of people are trying to do. They want to lose the weight, but instead of getting to the underlying issues of the weight gain, they're using other therapies, surgeries, and injections to lose the weight. All right, so I hope I'm making sense to you. I'm just kind of going with the flow and really just trying to bring examples to you as they come and the things that I've seen in my 20-year career. But even after doing this for so long, people are still failing to understand how to listen to their bodies. So this is why we need to redefine health. Again, it's not about suppressing symptoms. Like I said before, it's about understanding and addressing your root cause. It's about learning how to listen to your body. One thing I like to say is if you listen to your body when it whispers, you don't have to hear it scream. I hear story after story about, I had mild headaches for years and didn't really do anything about it. I just popped an Advil and kept it moving, or I just ignored it, or I worked through it, or I took my medication just for years later to learn that it was something more serious happening in their body. And I'm sharing this with you because if one person gets this, it was well worth my time putting this video together. Take your symptoms seriously. Listen to your body. Get to the root cause. Get someone to help you. reach out to me. Schedule a breakthrough call. Let's chat about it and see if you qualify for any of my programs. And if not, I'll help you find someone, because I handle lots of the lifestyle issues. But if something more serious, there are other practitioners that specialize in all these different areas of health. Okay? So, let me give you some homework right now. I know I said a lot, but I really want you to start to, listen to this video again if you have to, but really do the homework. If you wrote it in the comments, thank you. But if not, get your tablet, get your pen and paper. If you're old school, go ahead and get you a notebook and start to write down any symptoms you're experiencing, even if you consider them normal. All right. Oh, like I get leg pain. I get night cramps, the Charlie horses. My hair is thinning. My skin breaks out during my cycle. I get severe cramps. You name it. I can't sleep. All these are symptoms, even hot flashes. That's another thing that we tend to normalize, ladies. Some of these things that we've been told were normal as a part of life, may not be. So we got to understand all these things, write them all down, even if it's something either you believe was normal or something you just don't like, all right, that you want to get rid of. And then after you write them down, okay, some of you may have a long list, but some of you may not be in tune enough with your body to really address it. Some of you are so used to discomfort that you've normalized it. But this will help you slow down and realize, I am tired all the time and I need to address it. Because some of you can do so much. You go with 2-3 hours of sleep every day. You push yourself, but you normalized it. Write that down. Stop and write this down. This information can potentially save your life. And then ask yourself, what might be causing these? Okay? Certain things you might be thinking about is, I just said it before. How are you getting a good night's sleep? Are you eating well? Are you addicted to sugar? Do you, you name it. Are you, I said addicted to sugar? Are you eating fast food? You need to really get real and connect with how you treat your body. Okay? Well, I'm going to go ahead and close, and I hope this video helped you think differently about your health. And if this served you in any way, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my episodes. So thank you for joining me. Let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, go out there and achieve more freedom in your health and your life. Take care.